Good evening, everybody. It is Monday, the 17th of March. It is 6:30. It's time to get the show on the road. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Rubato.
Here.
Trustee Kruger.
Present.
Trustee Lang.
Here.
Trustee Vito.
Here.
Trustee Papantos.
Present.
Trustee Vogel. President Horker.
Here. Any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes this evening.
Pushes us up to citizens' concerns and comments.
Yes.
Clerk Brady.
We got one. Tom Divot. Members of the public may address the board with comments regarding issues relevant to village business. No citizen shall speak for more than 5 minutes without consent of the board. Members of the general public who wish to address the board must sign the request to speak form prior to the commencement of the public meeting.
Come on up. Just as a reminder, this is a time for citizens to make their concerns known to the staff and the electeds. This is not a time for questions or debate. We will not be answering your questions, but we will be listening. Sir, please.
Thank you. All right, I'm here to ask this board to help protect the First Amendment. Quote, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. On March 8th, Columbia University student protester Mahmoud Khalil was jailed for peaceful protests. This specifically violates freedom of speech and the right of assembly. A threat to his rights is a threat to all of our rights. I imagine some of you thinking that this is not an issue for the village. I strongly disagree. That's why I'm here. The erosion of our foundational rights is an issue for everyone. As the elected representatives of 40,000 people, we need you to be our voice. Otherwise, I fear we may look back on this moment and wish we'd taken a stand. I urge you to take action in whatever way you deem best, but act quickly. I have contacted our state and federal representatives, but shockingly have not yet heard back. They don't allow public comment in Springfield or DC, so I'm using what we've got. Perhaps our representatives will take action if this board calls for them to. Maybe your actions could spark action from other municipalities. We need you to defend our rights, and we need your help. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
Nope, that's it today.
Thank you for speaking, sir. Staff reports. Ms. Bajer.
Thank you. The Dundee Road Water Main Replacement Project is beginning this week. Signage was installed last week. Other traffic control devices have been staged today and will continue to be staged in the next couple of days along east and westbound lanes of Dundee Road. With weather permitting, saw cutting is expected to begin on Thursday and continuing into Friday, with the start of excavation on Saturday. Access to properties will be maintained throughout the project. However, traffic impact is anticipated. Project notices have been already mailed out to all the businesses and the residents affected within that area. This water main project is expected to be completed in early July. IDOT is then scheduled to resurface Dundee Road from North Gate to Route 53. For continued updates on this project and any future village projects, residents and businesses can visit the village's website or contact Public Works directly. Thank you.
Thank you. Consent agenda. Clerk Brady.
Consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the board member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered after all other agenda items. 11A, resolution approving a 3-year professional service agreement with Ready Rebound, Inc. in the amount of $63,270.70 for its Ready Rebound Recovery Program. 11B, resolution affirming an agreement between the Village of Wheeling and the
Metropolitan.
Thank you. My God. Alliance of Police, Chapter 786, for the period May 1st, 2025 through April 30th, 2028. 11C, resolution approving a 5-year service agreement with Train US, Inc. for the Village Hall Tran Chiller and Building Automation System, BAS, in the amount not to exceed $59,510. 11D, resolution approving a contract with Safeway Tuck Pointing Company for the Friendship Fountain Repair Project in the amount of $48,670 in fiscal year 2025. 11E, resolution approving payment to the Village of Buffalo Grove in the amount of $165,295.77 for the Combined Area Fire Training CAFT facility improvements. 11F, resolution approving an agreement with Hampton Lensing and Renwick, Inc. for professional service related to the Sumac Utility Easement Project in the amount not to exceed $71,050. 11G, resolution approving change order number 3 and final in the amount of $5,000 for Rush Truck Center and Lindco Equipment for the purchase of one 2.5-ton single-axle dump truck with snow plow, wing plow, salt spreader with electronic liquid pre-wet in the total amount of $238,798. 11H, resolution approving change order number 1 and final reducing the final contract amount with C. Zabos Contracting, Inc. for the 2023 water main replacement program by $270,682.90 from $3,989,018 to $3,771,335.10. 11I, resolution authorizing the village president and clerk to execute certain landowner agreements related to the Buffalo Creek Stream Bank Stabilization Project. 11J, resolution authorizing participation in the Northern Illinois Municipal Electric Collaboration, NIMEC, and ratifying the village manager's execution of a 12-month contract with Dynegy. 11K, resolution authorizing the village manager to execute a professional service contract for economic development consulting services with Milan and Associates, Inc. for the amount not to exceed $40,000.
Thank you, Clerk Brady. Any questions or comments? If there are none, I would be looking for a motion to approve as read.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Rufato, second trustee Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
Old business, new business. 13A, ordinance amending Title 14, Fire Chapter 14.01, Fire Code, and Title 15, Buildings and Construction, Chapter 15.01 of the Wheeling Municipal Code.
This is your department, Mr. Clicker. What do we got?
Yes, what we have before you is an update of our building code suite, if you will, from the 2018 codes to the 2021 codes. These updates will maintain our high level of fire protection that we've enjoyed in this community for many years. And if you do look at the list of ordinances, recommended local amendments, you'll actually, if you really studied it, notice that the list is a little shorter than it was the last time that this was presented to you because the codes have actually caught caught up to us in some respects, so we don't need the local amendments for those anymore. The one new local amendment that we would like to add, and again, we do believe that this will become part of the statewide or national code in the next cycles, is that we would like to see, with working with the fire department, we would like to see in multifamily and commercial installations of large EV charging stations to have a visible means of disconnect with a sign, so that if emergency responders need to provide services at any of these facilities, either a fire or a medical emergency, they can disconnect the electricity to these sites so that they know that they're working in a safe manner.
I'm good.
Trustee Papantos.
Just one quick question. We're prohibiting type V construction. What is type V construction?
Type 5, it's in commercial construction, it's the timber, wood timber.
Thank you. I don't know these things, sorry.
There are always.
Couldn't really
amendments
hear
and
what you
changes
said
to
there.
that.
You got- I get in trouble for this all the time.
They're actually eliminating it in the National Standard Code starting in 2025. So it's a building construction that we wouldn't have here, like heavy timber construction.
Thank you.
Any other questions? If there, Trustee Rufato.
Just a question about the EVs. So I think it was Rosemont put a moratorium.
Correct.
In, I guess it's parking structure.
Correct.
Right? So this would apply if we have another parking structure, or something like this would apply to that.
To have the visible means of disconnect, yes. We are also evaluating some additional changes, which we didn't want to hold up the code changes for this, where maybe we restrict or recommend that EV charging stations in multi-level parking garages only be allowed on either the first or top floor. Because then, if they're on the first floor, we can pull the vehicles out to fight them if they catch on fire. And if they're on the top, the risk of damaging the rest of the structure is a lot less.
Thank you.
Ray, you've got one of these, no opinion? All good? Okay. If there are no other questions or comments, I would be looking for a motion to approve as is.
So move.
Trustee Lang, second. Trustee Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Hooker?
Yes. Mr. Spondulis.
Thank you. I'd just like to recognize the incredible amount of work that staff put into this agenda item. I realize it's a bit overwhelming, and I'm glad that it was presented in such a way that it made sense enough that we were, limited to just a few questions. But this was really well over a year's worth of work to make sure that this code made sense, that it was reviewed thoroughly enough to add any amendments that were needed and to remove any amendments that were not. So this was a great interdepartmental exercise between our legal team, the fire department, and CD. This was a very big deal to get this updated, and I just wanted to acknowledge all the work that staff put into this, and thank you for your support.
Thank you. Official communications? Clerk, I'm sorry.
I do have one.
I'm sure you do. Trustee Krueger?
Thank you, Mr. President. Chief Salela, I was hoping that you might be able to take 2 seconds to talk about one of my favorite events that we do.
Yes, this weekend we will be hosting on Saturday the St. Baldrick's annual fundraiser. That'll be from noon to 4 at 30 Nelly's in Palatine. And that will be on Saturday, March 22nd. And along with our union, we'll be sponsoring that. And it's a fundraiser for St. Baldrick's and benefits children with cancer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Krueger. Clerk Brady.
For the April 1st, 2025 consolidated election, traditionally early voting runs from March 17th to March 31st. Regular voters' registration has ended. However, you can still register at any early vote sites. Note, any voters who need to register for the first time or file an address change must present 2 forms of ID, one of which shows the voter's current address, For more information on this list of early voting sites, go to www.cookcountyclerkil.gov.
Thank you, Clerk Brady. Election coming up. Trustee Vito.
Happy to report for the second year in a row, our Wheeling Wildcats came in the top 10 of the state mock trial competition. The program's only been going for 6 years. No other 214 school has ever been in the top 10 twice. It's quite a feat. Diane Smart, who's on the Plan Commission, and I are attorney advisors on the team, and the program that's run by the teachers there is really top notch. So congrats to them. Shout out to Manager Sfondilis and Director Becker for finally getting, Moretti's is finally here. All the work that you guys put into it. I don't know if Moretti's or Boston Fish Market got more what's going on with questions to me, but I don't know what people are going to talk to me about now, so thankfully Dundee Road's under construction soon, so we got something to talk about. But good work on getting that here. That's a big land.
Big win.
It's excellent, yes. Nothing else, staff, electeds. That concludes the regular business for the evening, except for the payment of the bills, February 27th through March 12, 2025. I need a motion to further approval.
So moved.
Second?
Trustee Papantos, second Trustee Kruger. Roll call, please.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Now, there is an executive session this evening for the purposes of the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee or employees of the village. That being the case, I need a motion to recess into executive session and adjourn the regular meeting.
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Kruger, second.
Second.
Trustee Rufato, roll call.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, village meeting is adjourned. There will be no business taking place after this. Please find yourselves your way to the executive session room. Take about 5 minutes, and thank you all for coming for the short meeting.